Hey, good morning. Hello, welcome to today's morning meeting. Excited to have everybody on board. You better buckle up. We have an awesome training for you here today on today's morning meeting. Make sure you check in the chat here. Let us know the city and state that you're watching from. I think you're going to find this to be very, very helpful today. Our topic is how to attract more clients as a real estate agent. Obviously, number one, we got to get more clients to work with. So check in the chat. Let us know that you are here. I think you'll find that as we get started here, let me turn my sound down on the other one. I'm watching myself on multiple computers to make sure that it's working correctly. You may need to press play. I don't know why I'm saying that because you wouldn't hear me unless you've already pressed play to get started. But man, do we have an awesome one for you today. I've got a laundry list of things I'm going to be covering for you to help you in getting more closing. So with that in mind, welcome to today's morning meeting. I'm Greg Luther, the one guy that meets with you every single week to help you in growing your real estate business. And again, today our topic is attracting more clients as a real estate agent. The number one problem for so many agents, they're fighting obscurity. It doesn't matter how many agents are in the area. If there's 5,000 agents in your real estate market, well, if it goes to 2,000, you're still not collecting any more clients because you don't have your marketing correct. The big problem I found for a lot of agents, I've been coaching for over 25 years. And the big problem I found is a lot of agents cannot accurately describe, they can't describe advertising and marketing, and they don't know the difference between the two. They literally have no description for advertising or for marketing, nor can they tell the difference of the two. So if you don't even know what it is, how are you supposed to do it effectively or profitably for your real estate business? What I've done today is I've created a big list. You'll see me continuously looking at my notes here today as we're going to talk about attracting new clients coming into you. For an awful lot of realtors, the vast majority of their business comes from past clients, referrals, word of mouth, just people that know them. You know why that is? Because they kind of suck at getting new people coming in. Don't be proud of the fact that that's all that comes from there. That's fine as long as that list is continuously building, as long as the number of people that know you gets bigger, as long as your audience is a larger number every single year that you're in business. Because if that's not the case, what you're going to find is you're way too tied to economic differences, interest rate differences, the market going up, market going down. Your business is dependent upon those 125 people. So sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but the vast majority of the time it's pretty stagnant. It's pretty much the same year after year. Well, that's because you're fishing the same pond. Nothing wrong with that pond, but I want you to do a little extra fishing too. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today, and get you first of all good at marketing. Then we'll talk about the advertising side, because if you don't understand the marketing side, you're certainly not going to do very well with advertising. Again, this is foreign concept for a lot of real estate agents because we certainly aren't taught this stuff in real estate school, right? We need to know how many square feet is in 7/10 of an acre. That's what you got to figure out. You can use a calculator. For what? We're not taught how to attract the kind of clients we need and get a multitude of them, get a continuous flow of business coming in. So they're not real good at marketing. They're focusing on people that already know them, right? They're trying to skate that line of how do I stay in touch with them, but not be too overbearing? Is this too many emails to the people that know me? Is this too many mailers to the people that know me? Well, what if you get more people to know you? The real problem for so many real estate agents is they're just not growing their list. They're not growing the number of people that know them. Buying leads does you no good if you can't get those leads to know you, like you, and trust you. Ooh, that's a big one. Let me give you that again. Buying leads is no good if you can't get those leads to know you, like you, and trust you. And let me ask you, what are you doing to get them to know you, like you, and trust you? What you're probably doing is calling them saying, hey, you want to buy a house? Can I meet with you? Do you have an agent to represent you? You're not doing the things you're supposed to do in order to get them interested in you as a realtor. Today, we're going to revamp all that. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what you can do to make this work for yourself so that anybody that comes in, you can put a big fence around your herd. And you can keep growing that herd of the people that love you, that whether you've sold them a home yet or not, they are your past clients, sphere of influence, and unconverted leads will start to love everything about you. Let me tell you, there's a whole lot of real estate agents on here right now that have followed me for years. They've never given me a dime. They've never bought anything I've offered. They've never become a client with me, but they've followed me forever and they love it and they get good content. They get good help. They utilize some of those tools and they get benefits from that. That's a herd of people. When they're ready, they move forward. Well, the same is true with all of the leads that you have, your buyer leads, your seller leads, if you are working investor leads, anything like that. If you get a good herd and you're providing good quality content, when it's time for them, when the time is right, they are going to utilize you. And you'll find that once they do see how well your stuff works, particularly once they get on the inside, I saw David said here, that's their loss for sure. If they're not using Greg's coaching, that's their loss. I appreciate that. But the same is true for all the people that aren't using you as a real estate agent. Because what you'll find today is there is a difference in what you do, what you offer, and why you're different than their brother who's a realtor, their cousin, their coworker who also has a real estate license. There has to be a difference there. So we're going to talk about that here today. The problem is you're not getting enough people to know you, and you need to grow your audience. I call it your universe. So your universe is everybody that knows you, likes you, and trusts you. We got to get the first one out of the way. They got to at least know who the heck who you are. If I called the last 100 leads that were given to you from Zillow, Realtor.com, Commissions Inc., from your broker, wherever you're getting these from, if I called those 100 and I said, let me just take somebody's name from the chat here. Let's take David Hobley. If I said, hey, do you know David? If they're like, no, I have no idea who that is. David, why did you get those 100 leads? We're not doing an effective job of getting them to first know you, then get them to like you, then get them to trust you. Know you, like you, trust you. That's what we have to do. We're not trying to get their contact info and call them and see if we can work with them. That's a bad way to handle your leads, and you're going to be upset. You're going to think the leads are no good. That's not the problem. So we'll talk about how we make that happen here today. I got a bunch of stuff I'm going to cover with you, trying to move very quickly so we can get to the goods to help you in growing your business. But what you'll find is, you've got to be fishing in more ponds to get them in your pond. Okay. If you've only got 125 fish in there, that's all you've got. And every time a fish gets hungry, you catch a fish. That's every once in a while. But what happens if you continuously stock that pond? What if you keep putting new and bigger fish in there? What if we can create its own ecosystem? What if we can get this pond more productive for us? So my encouragement for you as a real estate agent is to stock your pond with more people that know you, like you, and trust you. And what you'll find is content is designed to show more people who you are and what you do. So if you create a video, if you do a YouTube live, I'm live right now. Who knows what's going to happen? I might have my dog just jump down. She's always behind me here. She just jumped down. If UPS comes, she's going to freak out. If somebody rings the doorbell, I've tried to convince her that murderers don't knock. But for some reason, every time somebody knocks at the door, she believes it's the murderer that's knocking to come in. But it's live. You have no idea what's going to happen. When you create content, it's to get people to know you. Then you've got to do some things to get them to like you and to trust you. Right? One of the things, if you followed me for a while, like if I asked you, I'm not going to ask you right now because this is a really good post that I want to ask. I almost asked the big question because I want to know your guys' opinion of me. But one thing I always do is anytime I'm doing a video, I'll fit in there shit, hell, damn. Because a lot more people will like me and a lot more people will hate me because I did that, because they're virgin ears. Oh my gosh, that's so unprofessional. You are not my person. We are here to make a whole bunch of money. If you are not the no bullshit type, you're not going to like being coached by the no bullshit type. So by me doing that, that shows people who I really am. That shows I am authentic. That shows I don't care about other people's opinion. We'll talk about that a little later. And more importantly, we're focused on results, because the only thing I'm interested in is making sure that the agents that follow me are able to grow their business. And I'm dead serious about it. I don't have to worry about a corporate structure. I don't have to worry about the shareholder meetings of what's appropriate in our brand. I don't care nothing about that. I care about you making a bunch of money. So I give the no BS approach to making that happen. Now, that may not be what you do. I'm not saying that's the right way, but you need to pick a lane and you need to take that lane. So it's very important you get those people to know who you are and create content to show them what it is that you do. So a couple of things I wrote down here. The content is designed to show people what you do, but that content might be print, mailers, newsletter that you do, annual Christmas card that you do. It might be videos. It might be text messages. It might be email. There's a million options. So you don't have to worry about, oh, I hate how I look on video. I don't want to do it. That's not what this is about. This is about putting something in front of them that's helpful. That's what you need to do. You need to create some sort of relationship here, and that's only going to happen by you stepping forward, stepping into the spotlight, and being okay with that happening. But, a big problem for a lot of people, like they don't want to be on video. Well, I don't want to be judged. People are so judgy. Let me explain something to you. The number one thing you want in your life is for people to judge you. That is the number one thing. I want people to love me or hate me. What I don't want to be is another dude walking down the street. You are going to know who in the hell I am. Period. Any industry, and I want to be judged. I'm telling you now, every one of you could write down 5 really good things about Greg Luther and 5 really bad things about Greg Luther. And those bad, if the good is good enough, they'll pinch their nose and swallow it because they want the good. They'll deal with the bad. So for an awful lot of agents, oh, what if they think I'm too old? What if my nose looks too big on video? Oh, I seem fat. Oh, I got some old acne scars here, and everybody's going to see that, and they won't list their home. Shut up. You are the one saying this about you, not them. I want them to judge me, good or bad, because then they can file me somewhere other than purgatory. The number one thing you're fighting with is obscurity. So you need people to, I want to step out in the spotlight. If I were at a singles bar, I don't know if there is single bars. If there are, just type the address here. I'll be there. But if there were single bars, I'd step right out and I'd say, hey, what do you think? Some are going to say yes. A whole lot are going to say no. But what I won't do is sit in my damn car while everybody else is having fun in life, while everybody else is getting their desired result, while everybody else is making money, having closings. Shitty agents getting closings every single month because they're just brave enough to ask. Guys are just enamored with watching YouTube videos of, oh my gosh, look at this. The guy just walked right up and asked her for her phone number. Oh, he's so brave. No, he got her freaking phone number, dude. Walk up to her and ask her. She's happy that you had the testicular fortitude to do so. So your job is to try to be judged. Try to get as many haters as you can. If you got 13 people hating on you, you need to find a way to get it to 100 before summer gets here, because that means there's 300 that loved you. What you don't want to do is sit in your freaking house worrying about what people may think if I ever do. They are going to think all of those things you think about you. They will think that I have 13 double chins. I have a triple chin, a quadruple chin, a quintuple chin. I've got all of them. But if you get over that crap and you know that you are here as a service provider, you're here to help those people, you are going to do very, very well with moving your business forward in the right direction. You have to be okay with being judged, because the only way for you to be loved is for you to be hated. If you take the most controversial people in the world, those are the most successful in their industry. Everyone, Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, Donald Trump, Madonna, if you're old enough to remember Madonna. Of course, we're all old enough to remember Madonna, right? But like, the more controversial you are, your lovers will love you more and your haters will hate you more. Well, what I don't want to do is I don't want to be, what's a good, probably a horrible example, Black Eyed Peas, right? Somebody that's just forgotten. Somebody that just doesn't exist anymore, okay? Michael Bolton as an example. Now, those that love him say, wait a minute, what do you mean? They'll defend that person. But you have to decide you are okay with getting your message out as a real estate agent, showing them what it is you do, why you're different, why you're better, and why they should utilize you as their agent. Let's discuss that now. I want to discuss advertising. Okay. Marketing is awareness, getting people to know you, showing that there's some sort of unique offer, a reason to use you in lieu of all other options. Then what you do is once you are dressed up, you're the best option. You've got the best service, the best marketing, the best negotiating skills. You're selling your homes in 13 days at an average of 101% of asking price. Whatever it is you've done, you've created that marketing side. You know what we need to do with this package now? We need to go advertise it. We need to show people that this offer exists. We didn't have an offer a minute ago. We're going to put this offer together and then we'll get into advertising it. So if you do not have something really good to offer, do not advertise. You will lose money. If you're advertising your photo, and by the way, listen, be honest with yourself. Go look at the date because you don't believe it. If your agent photo was taken before COVID, stop it. That ain't what you look like now. Stop it. Some ladies that are watching right now are still using their high school photo, as is their grandchildren, using the same age, their high school photo. You got to get an updated photo. That's not what you look like. You're fooling yourself. And frankly, you lose trust when you show up and they're like, are you her grandma? What's going on here? Update your photo. Stop it. It doesn't work better. It doesn't look better. It's not doing anything other than creating mistrust because you're lying to yourself and you're lying to others. I know we don't want to hear that, but you're not here to feel good. You're in the wrong spot if you're here to feel good. You're here to make money. So make sure you get that part handled. Now, if you do not have something really good to offer, do not advertise. It's not going to work. You're showing your company logo, your picture. Everything I touch turns to sold. You got a stupid slogan. It's tied into your name, right? You go out in a 50-acre field. Take my picture out here, and then I can say I'm outstanding in my field. Stop it. What if you do something that's actually a benefit for them? So you have to really focus in on fix the offer, get the marketing side right, then we can advertise that. Does that make sense? We can't put an email out there and say, are you thinking of buying or selling a house? Do you have an agent to represent you? I can represent, I'm a really good negotiator. I know the area like the back of my hand. You already know that doesn't work. And then you say the leads are no good? How ridiculous would I look if I walked into a singles bar and there's 300 single women in there? I'm the only guy that walks in and I walk out and I'm like, none of those women are serious. They're not motivated at all. They're a bunch of bad leads. You'd be like, dude, look what you're wearing. Look at what if you brushed your teeth? What if you what if you took the horse shoes off, the stuff you have with horse shit all over the bottom of them from your barn? What if you clean yourself up a little bit and walk in there? Maybe it's not the leads that's the problem. Maybe they didn't want the offer. You can't have people filling out forms on the internet about buying a house and they're not serious about buying a house. They didn't want what you offered. Let's fix that first. We have to fix that problem. So we have to have a value creation. There's 3 things we need to do. I want you to write these down. Value creation process is a must. This is very, very big for you. Number 1, your offer should solve all perceived problems for that prospect, seller or buyer. It should solve all of their problems, perceived or real. Not just some of them, all of them. Not just, I'll list your house, okay? If you're dealing with a baby boomer, oh, I love working with baby boomers. I'll help you in downsizing. What do you mean by help me in downsizing? Put a freaking sign in the yard and sell the house? Or are you talking about, auction companies that can auction off their belongings? You know how to help them with downsizing. They probably don't want to do the move. So you have 3 movers that you vetted out yourself and other people have used them. So you refer that to them. You have a CPA that can tell them about tax consequences on their house because he wrote off 20% of his house because of a home business. So that 20% might be taxed and that's not within your realm. So you have a pro that does that. You can help them with an estate attorney because this is part of the process and the proceeds of what they need. Are you really specializing in baby boomers, or are you trying to find a niche that you can throw a sign in the yard? Are you helping all perceived problems? Those are things you really need to think about as a real estate agent. Number two, gives you the conviction that your offer is one of a kind, meaning they can't get this from their cousin who's a realtor. Does your offer give you the conviction that what you have is one of a kind, that you're the best out there? If it doesn't, you need to fix the offer. I have no question. My coaching is so good, I don't even allow people to sign up with me anymore. I have no question in my mind that I'm the best out there. I'm literally creating certified millionaires as real estate agents. And we have so many people that have been signing up. I literally turned off registration. You cannot give me money in any way. Don't worry, there's nothing for sale here because there's no way for you to give me money if you're not a member with me. I cannot accept new members. You know why? Because my shit works. What if you could get your business so good, you've got so many listings right now, you literally can't take any more on? You've got so many buyers, you have to refer them to someone else. You take those lower end buyers and you refer them to another agent. If your business is good and you have the conviction that what you do is better than everyone else. You can't say the crap like, I'm always available. I always answer my phone. I'm a good negotiator. I'll represent your best interest. I know the area like the back of my hand. I grew up here. I'm a native here. All the crap that, how do you think I knew that you were going to say that? Because that's what everybody says. So though those things are great and those are awesome about you, it's also awesome about everybody else. How do you think I mentioned it? It's not unique to you. You would have to tell me what's unique about you. I can't tell you what's unique about you by naming what's unique about every single person that ever says it. So we have to get that part right. You need the conviction that your offer is one of a kind. And then number three, make it impossible to compare or confuse your business with the one down the street, with their hairdresser who's also licensed, with their brother who's a licensed agent. You have to make it impossible for them to compare or to confuse what it is that you do compared to someone else's. You're in a category of one. Okay. You want me, the target marketing specialist that can utilize the amenities of your home to go out and find a mailing list broker, a marketing list broker, and use a multimedia approach to get that property in front of the most opportune buyer, or you can list it with your hairdresser buddy. You can't compare or confuse what I do, the service that I actually provide, what I do for them, the actions that I take to sell this home for more money. Cost is only a factor in the absence of value. Cost is only a factor in the absence of value. The more demand I can create, the more that home is going to sell for. If you pay me 7% and I can do this, but that guy will do what? He ain't doing this. What do you mean do it? He'll do it at 5%. Do what at 5? He ain't doing this. He can't do this at 20%. He can't do this at 1%. He can't do this. Let me give you those three again. Write them down. Solve all of their perceived problems, not just some of them. Gives you the conviction that what you offer is one of a kind. And then number three, makes it impossible to compare or confuse your business with the one down the street, with the other option that's available. So the advantage with this, and this is a big advantage, okay? We are differentiated and can no longer be compared to anything else in the marketplace. That's what your marketing does. You are differentiated from what you provide. See, you're not just a commodity. There's 7,000 realtors. Like, they all suck, dude. Why are we talking about the competition? You're not getting beat by the You're not going on an appointment and they interviewed 5 and they went with someone else. You're not going on the appointment. You're getting beat by obscurity, not by competition. If 1,000 of those realtors leave today, you're not getting the business. You're getting beat by obscurity. Nobody knows who you are. You haven't had enough people say, I really like that guy. And enough people say, I hate that asshole. You haven't had enough of that happening. You need to be judged more. That's what you need. You need more people to be judgmental of you, because some of them will be like, hey, I like that. That's my style. He's a good negotiator. She's really good on the customer service side. I can see she really cares. The last realtor I had, it seemed like I was just a number. They didn't seem like they cared. This person truly cares. That person called my dog by name. You can start to get into the personalization you need, but man, you got to get in the door. You are not getting beat by competition. You're getting beat by obscurity. So the advantage with us here is we are differentiated and we can no longer be compared to anything else in the marketplace. And then another big one for us, we are no longer bound by normal pricing forces of commoditization. Can you write that down for me? We are no longer bound by the pricing forces of commoditization. Just write down COM because you can't spell that shit. Think about this for a minute. If he will do it for this or he will do it for that, well, they can't do what I do. So you can't commoditize what we do as a real estate agent. The flat fee companies that come in, the discount brokers that come in, the you're going to work for an hourly fee that come in, the negotiating whatever that come in, they can't do this. Rolls-Royce ain't worried about Kia offering a buy one, get one free. They don't care. You don't have this. So if you can put yourself into a position that they can't get what you offer anywhere at any price, you pull yourself out of that price. You remember the NAR and the attorneys and the court case said commissions are negotiable? Try me. Try me. Tell me commissions are negotiable. Today is a good day to try me on how well I can negotiate because I can build so much value. I'll tell them to interview those other agents and they'll still use me. Do you have that conviction? Is your offer that good? Or do you feel like you're a commodity? And if I don't say yes to 5.5%, they're going to go with someone else at 5.5%. Well, maybe what you offer could be replaced by someone else, which means you need to fix that. You guys see how that can make such a big difference for you? So when you get yourself to a position, you're no longer bound by that downward pricing force that we have. That only happens if you're a commodity. That only happens if someone else can do that. Make sense? But I want you to listen to me here. Two things. This is big. If you don't have a unique selling proposition, you need to get one. Do not advertise yet. Your offer sucks. Stop it. Stop trying to find somebody that's just so motivated that they'll just use any realtor that they can find. That's not what you're looking for. If someone is easily slept with, you probably don't want to sleep with them. You're not looking for someone that's that motivated. If you do not have a unique selling proposition, I am telling you, don't advertise. But the second thing, if you have a USP, if you have that unique selling proposition, and you're not advertising, you're hurting yourself and hurting the marketplace. You owe it to them to give them that better option, to let them have a great experience with you, to let them enjoy this process of real estate sales or purchase. You owe it to the marketplace to get that out to them. So number one, if you don't have a unique selling proposition, stop. Don't advertise. Don't be buying leads. Nobody's going to want that shit you keep calling them with. Stop it. It's not going to work. We got to fix your unique selling proposition first. We're getting ready to fix it in a minute. That's why you're watching. That's why you follow this channel. That's why you're involved with us. Let me ask you guys, do you like this kind of stuff, by the way? Do you like when I'm giving you lists of what you need to do, ideas to think about, get your mind working the right way? Let me know in the chat here. What are your guys' thoughts about this? Is this helpful for you? It's the reason I do it to begin with, right? So when you give the hearts here or you comment or whatever, I think there's some emojis you can choose from. This is how you grow your business, by getting in the right mindset. Sometimes we got to get out of our own way. Sometimes we got to get out of that freaking freight train brain that we deal with all the time, right? Where just hordes of thoughts coming in our mind that are not helpful for us. One of the things you need to do, and thank you for all the comments, by the way, here. But one of the things you need to do is niche out your offers in one of the key ways that are going to work for you. And what I mean by niching out your offers, I'm going to give you 7 examples here. Okay. Number 1, the PHF offer. If you're an Inner Circle coaching member with us, you're familiar with the Perfect Home Finder. It sounds a little bit like this. Hey, if you're shopping for a home, you hate it. You know why? Everything's overpriced. It's all garbage. And frankly, when you're looking around on the internet, what you're seeing, leftover properties. That's what you're seeing. The leftover homes. You think professional home buyers that are getting good deals, do you think they're buying homes that were listed on the MLS? No. We have what's called the Perfect Home Finder. We'll get you access to unlisted pre-market homes before anybody else knows they're for sale. One thing's guaranteed, you will be the only offer on the home. You will not be in a multiple offer situation. You'll be the only offer on the home because you're the only one that knows it's for sale. You, me, and the seller. We have a marketing team that use a proprietary marketing approach to go out and find sellers in your area, your neighborhood, your price range you're interested in, and you'll be the first one to know about them before they're listed. No, they're not pocket listings because the seller doesn't agree to list with me. This would essentially be a for sale by owner. Is that something you'd be interested in? Now, we have a unique selling proposition. That is an easy offer that you can niche out that gives you a unique selling proposition. Let's talk about the next one, new construction. If there's a lot of new construction in your area, this works very well. If there's very little new construction in your area, it works even better. You know why? Supply and demand. There's not much of that there. Who would prefer new? Who would prefer a new car over a used car? Of course. A new house over a used house. A new girlfriend over a used girlfriend, right? Like anything in the world, you would prefer something that doesn't need a lot of repairs, that's in good shape. Now, we got to look at cost versus value. It might cost more to get new construction. It might cost more to get a new car. But you have to look at the value that provides. Because let me tell you, new construction is sold out everywhere. They are ridiculous price. What are you talking? I was looking at a condo for my mom, and they had some condos down the road. We were looking around, I don't know, 300, 400,000, something like that. They had some new single level, it's called EPCON communities in Ohio. And these are like 55 and older communities. And I'm like, oh, that'd be great for her. Let me just get one of these. It's only 1,300 square feet. 770. 770. And I'm like, I know you ain't selling these things. She was like, they're all sold. They're sold before we even break ground. Everything's sold. What? Cost is only a factor in the absence of value. They're building enough value that they don't have to worry about that. Now, is it smart on the real estate side? Hell no. I don't think so. But they're sure selling them. So new construction offer, what we're doing is using it as lead generation. Here's something you might be interested to know. Among thousands of leads that have been generated by our Inner Circle coaching members, thousands of leads for new construction from C to shining C, 70% of those end up buying a resale home. Can you imagine running new construction ads? 70% of your leads buy resale, 30% buy new construction. But it's the bait that got them on the hook. I'll show them new construction, but sometimes they want more value on the resale side. And if I get them as new construction, then I tell them I can get them unlisted resale homes. They're probably going to go that route. Good for me. I negotiate whatever I want on the fee. I'm the only agent involved. It's easy to do. So very simple approach that way. A third one that's working really well for us, and you saw this here recently, the third one that we talk about here is mortgage assumption offers. What are you doing for mortgage assumptions? We had an agent yesterday that did one at 1.97. I didn't know the rates even went that freaking low in 2019. 1.97, not even 2%. I showed you on the coaching call the other day, 2.6% closed, 2.5% closed, 3.5% closed, continuously, dozens and dozens and dozens of deals we're doing. You know, the number one problem for buyers, they don't want to buy anything because the interest rates are so high. Not if you're working with me. What if I can show you homes with assumable loans, which, by the way, by law, that's every single FHA and VA deal that's out there. 100% of them by law is assumable. Oh, but you got to bridge the gap of the, yeah, we know how this works. We got a whole training class on it. That's what we taught last week to our Inner Circle members. But do you think you would get more leads if you were running an ad that said free list of homes available in the Central Florida area with mortgages between 2 and 4%, prearranged financing, only 24 to 26 years left on these mortgages? You're going to get leads. Now, how you put that together, how you meet them, how you find those homes, that's all part of a system. But let me ask you, will the bait get a fish on the hook? You got to be able to deliver. We got to have honesty. We got to have integrity. You got to get trained up on how to do it. If you don't know how to do that, you're actually not doing a good job representing your clients right now. If you've got your clients getting 7% mortgages and literally buying an FHA home that had a 3% mortgage that could have been assumed, and you could have used a professional negotiator to coordinate that entire transaction where they guarantee they'll be closed in 60 days, and you were like, nah, we're just going to do 7%. Don't tell me you're representing your client's best interest. There was a mortgage on the home at 3. It had 26 years left. They needed no down payment, no appraisal, no closing costs. And you didn't want them to wait 60 days? Mortgage assumption, the offer itself, is generating a boatload of closings. Ridiculous number of closings. Number 4 is baby boomers. Remember I told you I was going to tell you 7? Number 4 is baby boomers. This is working very, very well right now because it's a 300% larger population than any other generation before. 300% more people. They went through all of their phases. The colleges were busting at the seams when they came through. Then the workforce was busting at the seams when they came through. Then the 401k was busting at the seams when they came through. Then the Harley Davidson dealerships on all of the sides of the freeways were busting at the seams as they started to retire. All of those are closing up now. The nursing homes, the 55 and older communities, all of the next generation, they're busting at the seams because that's a huge salmon run of massive numbers of salmon that are going to need these. Right now, I would invest in nursing homes, eventually invest in funeral homes and cemeteries, right? Oh my gosh, that's so morbid. There's just more people that are going to need that. Back in the day, I would have invested in more trapper keepers for school. You guys remember trapper keepers? Stop messing with the damn Velcro. You remember that, right? So it's just a generational opportunity. Well, right now, baby boomers are downsizing their luxury home. It's starter home, move up home, trophy home, boomer home. They're selling their luxury home, downsizing and paying cash. There's a boatload of them doing that. I believe it showed 9.5 million people over the next several years here are going to be selling a house and downsizing. Are you working with them? That's an awesome niche to generate business. What you sell them, there's all kinds of options to sell them, but you got to attract that business to begin with. Number 5, divorce and probate referrals. Divorce and probate referrals. Whole lot of people getting divorced. Let me tell you, credit card debt is at an all-time high. We've never seen anything anywhere near this in America. Number 1 reason people get a divorce is because of money. Okay. That's the number 1 reason. Economy screwed. Debt higher than that. One thing we know for sure, every single human in America has more debt than ever before as a general population. Let's say every zip code has more debt than ever before in history, as does America. Divorces are at an all-time high. Probates, not only are they big, they're going to get bigger. Probates come from death. We know 300% more people are turning 60, then turning 70, then turning 80, then turning 90, then turning 100. We know that's happening, and that will consistently happen. Number 6, everyone else buys the wedding registries. You're not buying them. When, and if you haven't been to my live events, if you're not an Inner Circle coaching member with us, you probably haven't heard this story. 16 years ago, when I proposed and we decided to get married, this is kind of an old story at this point. We're since single and happy and still friends and all of that stuff. But we decided we were going to get married. She said, I'm going to go to David's bridal. I'm like, whoa, we haven't even told parents yet. This is way too. No. I'm just going to look around. I'm not going to buy anything. I'd want my mom to see it anyway. I'm just going to go to David's bridal. Okay, fine. She goes to David's bridal. She's there for 2.5 hours. She comes back and I'm side-eyeing her. You didn't buy anything, did you? No, I didn't buy anything. I found a few that I like. I want to make a big deal out of this, whatever. 3 days later, my mailbox explodes with offers. Here's a wedding photographer. Here's where you can have your cake made. Here's where you should have your reception. Here's a great romantic place for honeymoons. Here's a photographer you need and a videographer. We can do both. Here's one that will do caricatures of all the people that at your wedding. I'm like, what the hell happened? Oh, well, I just like signed their registry and I just gave my info. That was it. Well, they sold that contact info. You know what I didn't get? Anything from realtors, where she's selling her home and I'm buying my home and we're buying a bigger home. He's selling his condo and she's moving out of mom's house and they're buying a home. He's moving out of his apartment and she's moving out of her apartment and they're buying a home together. Why are you not getting that list? A freaking photographer can afford to do this and a realtor can't. A dude that sells a wedding cake can afford to get that list and you can't. These are people that they are combining household. Now, in today's generation, they've probably been living together 9 years anyway, right? But one thing I'll tell you is even for those, they've never have they had as much money as they will have the day after their wedding. Down payment. You don't even need a down payment now because you can do a mortgage assumption. You just need the difference. We did a deal, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago with $4,100 out of pocket. I'll bet you they got that much at their wedding. If he's marrying the right family and she's marrying the right family, they got at least $4,000. Which means they can get a house. They can actually invest this money instead of blowing this money. Sounds better than a week in Mexico. Own your own house. Show people that you as a couple are making good decisions. Are you marketing to them? Or are we just going to ignore them completely? We're ignoring the divorces. Why would we go after the marriages? The list is readily available to anybody. Number 7, 85% of for sale by owners end up listing with an agent. Show me your system. Show me what you're doing with for sale by owners, how you bring them in, you document them, you cross-reference them, you give a presentation to them, you have a follow-up mailer to them, you retarget them on Facebook, you have an agent selection guide that goes out to them, you have a continuous just listed, just sold, what we call evidence of success, showing that you're out there doing it. Every Monday, you follow up with them just to make sure the unlisted homes list is up to date. Did you guys change your price? How'd your open house go yesterday? You always call them on Monday. Don't call them Friday. They think they're going to sell it this weekend. Call them Monday when they failed. Show me your system. Show me what you're doing. This is the reason you don't sleep well at night. This is insomnia, my ass. That is not your problem. Your problem is broke acidness. The medical term is broke acidness. Because you don't have a system in place, you're not making the kind of money you need to make, and you're working, running all day long, doing as much as you can all day long, and the first time you lay down and your mind finally starts to slow down, oh, I forgot to call that client. Oh my God, I need to figure out should I buy those leads? That's when the freaking circus starts. Because you finally had time to work on your business when you should have been working on your body and your health by getting some rejuvenation, by getting some sleep. Because you don't have a good system. It's the reason so many agents struggle. You don't have a problem with insomnia. Stop it. Go close 5 deals and see how well you sleep. You have no problem with sleeping. You don't have a medical problem with sleeping. It doesn't matter if your spouse snores. That does not matter if you're doing well. So we have to fix that. Let me give you those 7. PHF offer, new construction offer, mortgage assumptions, baby boomers, divorce and probates, everyone else buying the wedding registry and you're not, and finally FSBO approach. By the way, there's dozens and dozens and dozens. I just want to show you some of the easy ones that you can utilize here. How you can make this happen for you. But again, your biggest competition is obscurity, not other agents. Your biggest competition is obscurity. Ultimately, you need a bigger herd. You need more people that know you, like you, and trust you. Please write down, that's 3 different things. They need to know you, like you, and trust you. That is 3 completely different things, and that's what you need to be providing. So, my hope is that like some of this stuff we're going through here today. By the way, I did promise I was going to announce the winner from our Facebook post. Many of you saw that. Speaking of the not having the ability to sleep, I said I was going to give away $200 cash to whomever is giving the best answer on why do 90% of real estate agents have a hard time getting sleep. What's a good answer to that? Why do 90% of real estate agents have a hard time getting sleep? We had 500 comments from that post yesterday or the day before. 500 people have already commented on that. And I promised to give $200 to the winning answer, which was the best answer, most helpful for others, the one that our community liked the best. And that answer, by the way, you got to go see his answer. And I'll tell you why in just a minute. But that answer and winner of the $200, you'll just need to give me your Cash App and I'll shoot it over to you today, is Neil Barron from South Florida. So Neil Barron, if you're on here, say so in the chat. Otherwise, we'll get with you here. But I saw on your Facebook page you are in South Florida. You win the $200. And the more important thing is everybody wins, because I am going to give a video response to your answer, why I think that is, and how agents can fix that problem. They can finally start getting some sleep. They can do the things that they need to do. Okay. So I will be doing a video response on that for everybody. So make sure you're following over. It's facebook.com/Greg Luther Coaching to follow our Facebook page. And you will see that this will be the video response I give you will probably be very revealing for you, but it'll be helpful for you as well. Okay. And additionally, make sure you're following this channel. I mean, we do these morning meetings consistently. I will tell you that yesterday I recorded 5 new videos that our YouTube followers are going to love. 5 new videos. Every one of it, we spent a lot of time on each one, and we're going to be releasing them over the next several days here. Make sure you're following the page. If my team can maybe put something in here in the chat for them to click on the button to follow the page. If you're not already following, that'll give you a chance to do so. But I'm going to be releasing that for you. I think the great part about this, guys, if you see something from me, I'd highly recommend you watch it. You know why? Because I'm not selling you anything. My enrollment for Inner Circle Coaching is closed. There is no way for you to give me money. I do not have an ulterior motive here. Now, eventually, may I open up Inner Circle? Possibly. It ain't going to happen this month. It ain't going to happen next month. I don't see it happening the next month either. But I can continuously help you without you worrying about what the hell is he trying to say? He's just trying to sell me. All the crap you're saying in your mind that helps you to justify why you're not winning right now. You know what I recommend? Win. Shut up. Go out there and do what you're supposed to do rather than thinking somebody else is always trying to screw you. You cannot be that pessimist real estate agent. Show me a pessimist in this world that's become successful. Every pessimist you know in your friends group, they're the brokest humans you know. The more pessimistic they are, the more of a loser they are. You cannot fall into that trap yourself. So you have to get coached up on this stuff. You have to utilize this. You should see in the chat here that you can follow the page if you're not already. I saw Tim, he said here, it's Greg's fault I can't sleep. I know we put out a lot of content. We've got 1,000 videos on YouTube alone. Don't become a member. If you're a member, it's nonstop training and useful stuff that you can utilize. Can't become a member right now, but if you could. We do have an awesome Inner Circle call coming up next Thursday, which I think you guys are really going to like. And I know a lot of you like those open Q&A where so many agents that are actually implementing are running into issues that we can address so they keep pushing forward. It's what I call turning a roadblock into a speed bump. It just slowed you down a little bit, but we kept right on going. You don't want it to be a roadblock. It stops you. You have to turn around. I want to turn a roadblock into a speed bump. And that happens, and all of our agents learn from agents that are out there implementing, have a question. Hey, I'm running into this issue on a mortgage assumption. Hey, I'm running into this issue on a baby boomer. I'm running into this issue on finding unlisted homes. And we can continuously teach everybody with those types of calls. So that's going to be coming up on our Inner Circle call next Thursday as well. And of course, next Tuesday, right here on YouTube, we have the morning meeting, just like you're watching right now. Our Hustle and Grow conference is coming up. I know all of you are flying into Orlando, Florida. We got a big old room. We got to take out some tables, actually, to get more chairs in. We got a big room of agents coming in to the Hustle and Grow conference in Orlando, Florida. Myself, my staff, our top producers, we're giving away the Greg Luther Millionaire Award to all of the new members of GLMC. So that is going to be happening coming up here soon. And then again, I already mentioned to you, I'm just kind of going through my list. We have some really, really cool videos that are going to be coming up, to just some short snippets, some 5-minute, some 7-minute videos to kind of get your mind right, but also to get your actions right. For those of you that are following the page here, you will find that helpful. But I think what's missing for most agents, and you've probably seen some agents already leave from the call. And if you come back to this YouTube video in a day, you'll see, thousands of each day, another thousand, another thousand, another thousand keep watching. I think the number one thing missing for an awful lot of agents, if you are not on the email list, like, I'm not selling anything. The only thing I'm doing is helping you to grow. Why would you not be on there? If you go to gregsfreetraining.com, you know what you're going to get? You're going to get Greg's free training with no strings attached. So I see that list is building every day, but frankly, it should be building bigger. If I do ever open up Inner Circle Coaching again, we have a monstrous waiting list right now. By the way, Inner Circle Coaching, when opened up, will be $477 a month. We have over 200 agents that want to get in right now, and I'm telling them no. Do the math. Do the math on that, right? Call my office and see if that's true. They live in another state. Find out. Well, you have to email my office. We don't do phone. Ask support. Do we have 200 people asking to give Greg $477 a month and he says no? You know why? Because I'm focused on my current I'm good. I don't need to worry about making a sale. I want to prove to agents I can help you on free shit before you need to move your business forward. You know what we're doing? Know you, like you, trust you. Imagine you started helping clients. You started helping prospects. Well, are you pre-approved yet? I don't want to waste my time if you're not Look, dude, you know what's going to happen? They're not going to work with you, and you're going to say they weren't serious. You did this to you. We see it happen over and over and over again. They need to know you, like you, and trust you. This is a really cool approach. This is a super secret approach here. The best way to convince someone you can help them. And I want you to write this down. This is like unbelievably successful. The best way to convince someone that you can help them is to actually help them. I know it's crazy. I'm telling you it works. Test it. You may not even believe that works. But if you start helping them, they will actually believe you can help them. Watch how easy this becomes with the NAR changes. Watch how well our agents do as things start to be negotiated, as we can find. Like, imagine the change was no longer do sellers have to sign listing agreements. No more listing agreement. No, you are not allowed to sign a contract with sellers. Imagine that's what the new rule was created here, that you could no longer have exclusive listing. You just had to sell it, market it, show it, have the pictures taken, do all of that, but they may leave you at any time. Wouldn't that be some bullshit if that's what they created? That's what they're getting rid of on the buy side. They're helping us. This hurts the buyer in every way. It doesn't help the buyer. They aren't representing the buyer. This makes it more expensive to buy a home. This increases the cost of buying a home. The only people that made money off of this is the attorneys, period. They're the only people that made money off of this. The only people that were represented fairly. But from our perspective, now we don't have to work with anybody that doesn't sign a form to work with us. Imagine it the other way. Imagine the sellers were no longer allowed to sign a contract with you. You'd be like, hell no. I'm not working with sellers forever and then they just cheat on me and leave. Well, you know what they did? They said buyers can no longer do that to you. They can't go to the next guy and do that to them or the next guy. Well, buyers are never going to sign. You don't sign it, you don't see it. Call anybody you want. You didn't want agents to stick together. We're sticking together now. You know why? Because we have rules that you made for us that we need to stick together. Call the next guy. Watch. You don't sign it, you don't see it. That's how it works. So I know we were guilty, proven in the court of law of doing illegal things because we used the actual contracts that the attorneys created for us and was adopted by our local bar association. And then you said that by us filling in the blanks that we were doing illegal shit. I know. You're creating more rules and regulations for us to follow so we can again be illegal. I know. But what I care about is I'm doing a great job for my prospects. I'm not worrying about if I'm judged. I'm worried if I'm not judged. I want to be judged as much as I can. I have no issues with sleeping well at night. I have no issues with what someone thinks of me. I have no issue. I've said all the time, well, what if they think something bad? I don't give a damn if they think something bad about me because I know I'm giving my all. I'm giving everything I got at all times. If that ain't good enough, screw you. That's true on the clients. That's true on the friends. That's true on the boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife or your own children. I'm giving the best I got. I don't give a shit if you think that's good enough or not. It's all I got. I go 100% all the time. If I'm working with clients and they're still not happy, I don't care because I was giving you all I had. If I'm working with an agent and they, oh, well, I want to have access to you that I can, nope, no, because I know the impact I'm trying to create. And these are the policies and procedures that I have in place. And I do that so that I can create the biggest impact for the most amount of people. I don't care what your opinion is of me. What I care about is if you're going to be with me, you're going to make a hell of a lot more money. Your family's going to be happy. Your retirement account is going to be happy. All of a sudden, you start sleeping well at night. That's what I care about. I don't care what you think of me. I'm not concerned about your thoughts about me. I know the respect will be there and the congratulations. Like, let me tell you, nobody gets more birthday presents and Christmas presents and all that crap than me. You know why? Because I've created an impact in a lot of people's lives. What if you just go that route? What if you know the buyers and sellers that you help, you're going to create the biggest impact for them, the best response rates you've ever seen on referrals, word of mouth, them coming back to you, repeat business, because you went above and beyond. I'll promise you, the more people you help, the more people are going to hate you and be pissed off. And you wouldn't just jump out there and show them a home real quick. And you wouldn't show them a home without their pre-approval letter and all that stuff. There's going to be some people that hate you. Good. Let's get some more because that means there'll be a lot more that love you. You follow what I mean there? Other people's opinion of you don't matter at all. It does not matter if you're giving all you got. Dude, that's what I got. If that ain't good enough for you, then I'm not your one. I don't care about that opinion. So if you take that approach, you sleep well at night, you have no concerns about anybody else's opinion, you're willing to jump on video, you're willing to walk up to someone and meet them, you're willing to do whatever needs to be done to be forward. Oh, I don't want to seem too overbearing. Well, then be broke. Be broke then. You don't want to seem too overbearing. I want them to tell me yes, and I'm totally okay if they tell me no. But we ain't going to just sit back here hoping maybe they'll call. I just called him a week ago. I just emailed him. I don't want to mail him again. What? Did you get a yes or a no yet? Then get your ass out there. Because you need to get to a yes or a no. We ain't doing this. I'll think about it. Can I call you tomorrow? Thank you for coming out to my home. What? You ain't thinking about nothing. But again, you need to have that confidence that your game is the best game in town. What you do, the service you provide, the marketing you provide, the negotiation you provide, you as a realtor are the best opportunity. If you have that conviction yourself, you can share that with others. So my hope is that this is helpful for you. If that is the case, if you're watching live, you click the little heart or the emoji or whatever it is there. If you are watching on YouTube later, which I know thousands do because we're all busy, click the like button, share this with other agents, share it with your brokerage. You will always get sage, helpful, truthful, honest, no bullshit advice from me with no ulterior motive whatsoever. I love helping agents. Fortunately, I've done very well. I don't need to have a slick sales pitch. I'm very good at selling, by the way. If you ever get somewhere and I tell you I'm selling, go ahead and get your credit card out because it's going to go well for both of us. We are about to have a win-win. But that's not the case at this point. I want to help agents. We got a lot of shit we're dealing with right now. We got consumer confidence issues, people posting stuff about you realtors been robbing people for it. All that stuff that's going on. Let me tell you, you do good work. You are doing the right thing. You are honest and ethical. You are fighting to get whatever commissions you can. You certainly aren't teaming up with the rest of the competition to fix the prices. Come on, man. Like we're just trying to get a price, any price. So I know what you're going through, and I want to be there to support agents without you believing there's some sort of ulterior motive here. That's my goal, which is why so many agents are sharing this, telling friends, trying to help each other and support each other. I don't think that you bashing the other competing realtors is going to help you in any way. We need to be supportive of each other at this time and really continuously. Those that are going to make it are going to make it because they take the right actions to do so. Those that don't take any actions, that talk this crap about business as usual, well, your usual business is about to dry the hell up. You're going to be out of the business. So we need to be supportive, but assertive of other agents and other agents in our marketplace as well. So hopefully that's helpful for you here today. I know I rambled on for a little while. Hell, we went an hour on this quick morning meeting. Hopefully that is helpful for you. Do me a favor. If you are not on my email list, you would know because I sent an email this morning. I don't email often. If I've got a big event coming up, I'll email 3 days or something like that. But I don't email often. But go to gregsfreetraining.com. That just simply gets you on our list for some of the upcoming trainings that we do have. And again, I think you'll find it very helpful for your individual business. If this was helpful for you, shout out, let us know here. I thank you for joining today. We will see you guys on next Tuesday, as long as you're following the page, next Tuesday's morning meeting, as well as our Inner Circle coaching call on Thursday. Then we're all getting together in Orlando, Florida. Everybody's flying in from all over the U.S., coming in from Hawaii and everywhere else. We've got an awesome agenda on tap there. Thank you so much for watching, and watch the links in the chat here, and we'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye-bye for now.